In this video, we're going to talk about consumer and producer surplus. Let me go ahead and start off with some formulas here for you. Our consumer surplus is going to be given by the integral from 0 to our equilibrium x value. And then it's going to be the demand function minus the price at equilibrium. And then that's going to be dx. And our producer surplus can be 0 to equilibrium. And it's going to be the price at equilibrium minus the supply function. Dx. All right, let's look at some examples here. So number 43 says that the demand function is P equals 50 minus 0.5x, and the supply function is going to be P equals 0.125x. So if I set these equal to each other to see at what price this happens here, 50 minus 0.5x is equal to 0.125x. 50 is equal to 0.625x. And I have, this is 6/8 is what that is, right? Sorry, 5/8 x, so 8 times 50 is 400 is equal to 5x. X is equal to 80. So 80 is going to be my x value for my integrals here. P needs to be 1/8 times 80 is 10. Okay, so equilibrium happens at 80 and $10. That gives me consumer surplus will be 0 to 80 of the demand function minus 10. That's going to be 40 minus 1/2 x. Dx will be 40x minus 1/4 x squared from 0 to 80. 80 times this, 3,200 minus 1/4 of 80 is 20. 20 times 80, 1,600. So that's 1,600. And then we're going to have our supplier, or I'm sorry, so producer surplus here as well. So producer surplus will be 0 to 80 of price minus 10 minus 1/8 x dx, 10x minus 1/16 x squared from 0 to 80. That'll be 800 minus, that's 5 times 80 is 400. So that's 400. These are not in dollars, these are just numbers. So 1,600 for the consumer surplus, 400 for the producer surplus. Let's go ahead and look now at the next problem, number 45. So has a demand function of P equals 200 minus 4/10 or 2/5 x, and a supply function of 100 plus 1.6, so that's 8/5 x. And 200 minus 100 is 100. And then 8 plus 2 is 10/5, which is 2. X equals 50. If I stick 50 in for the supply function, P equals 100 plus 80 is 180. So we have consumer surplus is 0 to 50 of demand function minus price. That's 200 minus 180 is 20 minus 2/5 x dx is 20x minus 1/5 x squared from 0 to 50. That's 1,000 minus 500 is 500. And then producer surplus is 0 to 50. And then we have price minus supply. So 180 minus 100 is 80 minus 8/5 x dx. Give me 80x minus 4/5 x squared from 0 to 50 is 0, 0, 4. And then 40 times 50 is 2,000. Again, it's just 2,000 for the surplus. And last but not least, for this section, we have number 47. 47 says I have a demand function of P equals 42 minus 0.015 x squared, and I have a supply function of P equals 0.01 x squared plus 2, 15 thousandths is the same thing as 3/200. And then this is 1/100th. So set them equal to each other. It's 40 equals 3 plus 2 is going to be 5/200. That goes into there 40 times. So 0, 0, 16 squared. X has to be a positive number. So that's going to be 40. Not allowed to have negative production. P of 40 is going to be 16 plus 2 is 18. So I have consumer surplus (0 to 40) of 42 minus 18 is 24 minus 3/200 x squared dx. Give me 24x minus 1/200 x cubed from 0 to 40. 0, 16, 9, minus, then that's going to be 1/5 times 1600 is 320. 960 minus 320 is 640. And then our producer surplus is 0 to 40 of, and then our price minus our supply function. So price was 18. 18 minus 2, 16 minus 1/100 x squared dx is 16x minus 1/300 x cubed from 0 to 40. Give me 0. It's going to give me 64 minus 40/300, 4/30, 2/15 times 40 times 40. So that's 3, and that's 8. So this is 16 times 40. Is 640/3. And this is 640 times 3 over 3. So that's 640 times 2 over 3. And that's going to be 1280 over 3 is 4. And then 3 goes into 8 2 times with 2 left over. 3 goes into 26 times with 2 left over. And that's going to be 2/3. So that's going to be 426.67 if we're going to make that dollars and cents. So 426.67. And that's it for this video. Sorry, that last one got a little cramped there. We'll come back next time and we'll start to talk about some application problems for different things, revenue, let's see here, fuel cost, consumer trends, cost, revenue, profit, more consumer and producer surplus, but these will all be word problems, and so on. So maybe even just take a few select problems from there, give you an idea of the different applications that you can do, but we'll work some application problems next time. So see you for the next video.